All right, let's walk through week 6, introduce your computer. What you're going to need to do here is find your operating system, your CPU speed, and your RAM. And the reason this is all listed together is that for all the operating systems I'll show you today, which will be Windows 7, Windows 8, Mac OS X, Mavericks, that there's one screen that shows all of these pieces of information. It's fairly common that they're all together. And then you'll want your hard drive capacity. So what we're really talking about here is that you're going to take a selective print screen of just the windows showing these pieces of information. Then you'll not have to resize them like we did with the print screen, but you will just upload them and share them here. I am going to offer a bonus I haven't written into this instruction, so if you pay attention all the way to the end, I'm going to offer a little bonus that you'll hear about, and hopefully that entices you enough to hang out. Even if you don't use these other operating systems, I think it's good to know how to do this. Okay, so let me just lower my screen here, minimize it, and on Windows it's really simple. You just go Windows 7, you go Start, Computer, and even on Windows XP you just find My Computer, you right click, you hit Properties, and this is that screen. Okay, so what I like to do is you want to make this large enough you can see it. I don't have to actually do the activation, but what this tells me is I'm using Windows 7 Professional. Okay, here is my processor. It's a Core 2 Duo. It's got 4 gigs of RAM. This you don't need to know, but it is kind of fun to know, is it's a 64-bit system, something we'll talk about in lecture. Okay, so this gives you, and by the way, here's the speed. So that screen gives you everything you need to answer or to give me a print screen. So now I'm going to go into my snipping tool. This is a new installation of Windows, so I don't have it pinned yet. So I'll just do that real quick. And now I'll just take a selective print screen here. There we go. Cool. All right. So then again, all you have to do is a normal save. Go into either your SkyDrive or Gmail, whichever one you happen to be using, and save it, of course, and then upload it. Right. So that's the first one. Okay. So you know what to do after this, and if you don't, refer back to week 2 where we covered it. Now, the second question that we had in Blackboard, let me see if I have the right screen, is the hard drive capacity. Now this one's also pretty fun. Start, and in this case click on Computer, and it'll be the same for Windows XP. You'd hit Start and then you find My Computer on XP. So here's the information, but what I want you to do is click on it, because this is your local storage. Right click and hit Properties. And under Properties, this is then, and I'm going to minimize this and this. You don't have to because you're just taking a print screen, but I want to see it. So this shows the capacity of the hard drive that I'm working on, right? So it has a capacity of 121. I have 94 free and 27 used. And you'll hear me say this, but as a general rule, I say try to keep your hard drives under 50% utilized. They just typically run faster. So again, I'm going to take that print screen, boom, and that gives me my second print screen that I need for the assignment. Okay? All right, so and then you'll have to do a My Experience, like, did you know, and you can talk about, and by the way, I'll change this from heading 2. That's an old thing. It's actually just the headings like you're used to here. But the experience could be any part of this, finding it, already knowing how to do it, learning something new about your computer. Okay, so now let me show you how to find this information on Windows 8. Okay, so here we are at Windows 8. Okay, so under Windows 8, there's something kind of similar, but I found it a little different. Again, I like to right click. I like to go to all apps, not programs. I like to use my arrow keys to go down to find. In this case, you would think system information, right? So that's actually first where I went, and it is something you can use there, but I found it actually is a little better. So I just first wanted to show you that's one way you could, but I don't particularly like the way that screen looks. So the other thing I like to do, and this is good, is to go to the desktop. Okay, so again, find your desktop. I suspect you're used to that on Windows by now. So click on your File Explorer. Okay, and from your File Explorer, just click on the computer. Cool. So now we have the system properties, which if I click, this gives me that equivalent screen for Windows 8. So this is telling me what processor this is, how much RAM. And by the way, this is actually running on the same computer as the Mac. So even though it's virtualized, it doesn't. Anyway, I won't get off on that topic. But that's your first print screen, okay, for your, again, your OS, which is Windows 8 Pro for me, my CPU speed, my RAM. And again, you can see here it's 64-bit. Okay, so now let me show you under that same concept. Under the File Explorer, you just click on the C drive. In this case, you can just do right-click Properties to get that same kind of look, okay, to show your hard drive capacity. Okay, cool. So now let me show you on the Mac. Okay, so here's my Mac, and now here, and this is Mavericks, so I really recommend, if you, however old in the last, let's say it this way, if you have a Mac and bought it in the last 6 years, I would definitely upgrade to Mavericks. I've uploaded all of my computers that are Macs with Mavericks. So on Macs, you go up to the Apple, you do About This Computer. About This Computer gives you first that information that this is a processor, this is your operating system, here's your processor, here's your RAM, okay, and so that gives you your first one. And again, on Mac, right, we showed how to, oh, I gotta be careful here. So anyway, that gives you your first one. So take your selective print screen here, right? And then there's a couple more things actually you could do here, but I like more information, because more information actually will also give you that same, so you could actually take a print screen here as well, a selective one. What I really like about this is it shows me the model of device I'm on. So a little bit more information, which is cool. Your serial number. Now here you can also do storage. Okay, and under storage you can see that I have my Mac hard drive. Now this is where you would take your second print screen on Mac. Okay, so again, let me do it again. I'm going to go About This Mac, and you could do it here, but I also like more information. More information, you could take this or the previous one, then you could hit storage, and you can see this would give you your second print screen. Okay, all right, so once you do that, you should be good to go. Your bonus. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to offer this up for anybody that would like to actually take a picture of their workstation and then also include this here. So it's like the way you introduce your computers, you tell us your hard drive, your CPU, right? All these things, but it's also really kind of fun to actually see your setup. And I'll actually include mine if you want to show you, because I actually have several setups where I work. But it would be fun to, and again, you would include another heading, right? And it would say my, work location, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so so now let me tell you what you get for doing this little bonus. Is that if you can use this, if you complete it, do it successfully, you don't have to resize it, okay, just give us a link and upload it. Is that if you do this, then you can use this as a late grade no points removed token. That's what this will be. So if you do that part, and when I grade it, I'll say, okay, now you have your token, and you can use that throughout the semester anytime you want me to late grade something without points removed. Okay, so I'm trying to give a little incentive and trying to give you an opportunity to do a little more work and get a little more benefit. All right, so I haven't shown you what this looks like, but I think hopefully by now you know what these headings look like. Hopefully by now you know how to walk through the operating systems and you can see the points here. All right, hope this helps you out. See you later.